too.
Sam's joined us now, as mentioned previously. Sam, firstly, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So Sam's joined us. She's actually representing the Junior Young Drivers Championships next week. You leave on Monday?
Monday afternoon. Yeah.
Monday afternoon in Victoria. How exciting to have this series back for starters. We've obviously missed it for a little while with COVID. We had the Drivers' Championships. We had James Herberson as a junior driver win that championships, and he said on the night, I'm disappointed I didn't, have a chance to represent into the Young Drivers' Championships. Now you got this back. How exciting for you, and what does it mean?
Yeah, I'm obviously stoked to be able to represent SA. I guess given that we've missed the last couple of years, it's pretty exciting to be able to go again. And I've just scraped in for the age limit, so lucky that they could have it this year, I suppose. But I'm thrilled. I don't really even know what to say.
But that's fine.
Well, how about we were just talking off air before, Sam, about how this championship's laid out. It's a little bit different to, say, maybe the Australian Drivers' Championship that we held here back in September, which Wayne obviously did really well at. Talk us through the program. It's pretty grueling over sort of 4 or 5 days, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's non-stop from as soon as we get there. We're driving like every day from Tuesday all the way to we actually have our final on Interdom night, so that's pretty exciting to be able to drive on that night. And then just all through the days we're sort of doing tours around the place and just a whole bunch of stuff as a group. Just pretty much as a driving experience, it's a good time to make new friends, and I'm excited to drive at different tracks, and it should be really good.
How many of those tracks have you driven at before? I'm assuming not many.
No, none.
At all? Yeah,
none.
right.
The only I've driven at Mildura and Oyen in Victoria, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you're heading from, obviously, Tabcorp Pub is the Tuesday's the first meeting where you have the 2 heats. From there, you're going to head to Ballarat, another 2 heats. From there, you're going to head back again to racing at Maryborough, and then you're going to come back for the final. Bendigo, another 2 heats. God, you're going to be
every day. It's fun.
And then back to Melton for the final, which is on Interdom night anyway, which is just exciting in itself, as you said.
Yeah.
So what do you think, what excites you about this series? You're obviously going to be driving against some absolute champions, as we know. We've seen them before. Who are we looking out for? What's your biggest rival here?
I suppose there's the 3 New Zealanders that are coming over. I'm going in as a bit of a small fish. I'm not expecting too much. Just it'll be a bit overwhelming initially. I'm assuming, but look, I'd love to win at least 1 heat. That's sort of the main aim. But I'm going over in a bit over my head. I think there's some pretty good drivers there, like Cam Hart. He drove in the New Zealand Cup only a few weeks ago. So the competition's pretty stiff. I'm not really looking at it as a competition. It's more just an experience.
Yeah, well, no, you shouldn't discount yourself. I mean, you were a dominant driver, young driver last season by the length of the Globe Derby and the Flemington Straight. So you said that some of the fields are out already for Tuesday and Wednesday, so you've got a couple of your drives. Maybe Wednesdays are looking a little bit stronger and a potential winning chance compared to Tuesday, where you might need a little bit more luck.
I haven't looked in, I've seen the horses that I'm driving. I haven't looked into it too much because obviously I was focusing on the form for tonight. But I think Wednesday at Ballarat's looking like I've got a couple of better chances. More just sort of, I spoke to James Herbertson, it's his dad's horses I'm driving on Tuesday, both of them in both heats. He said that they're bread and butter horses, not champions. So just going around, it's a nice way to ease into it, I suppose. But on Wednesday looks like I've got a couple of better chances.
It comes down to the horses you draw a lot of the times, doesn't it? And the barrier, as we know, we see it here week after week. We've seen it in the Drivers' Championships. You can't help that and you can't bring that, but you've just got to put in on your best at the night. But sometimes these things turn a corner and it works in your favour, and sometimes it doesn't. So we just hope that you draw a good horse and you draw a couple of good horses, and that's sometimes all it takes. You've got to be there on the night and you get a chance to turn the tables and hopefully bring it home for SA, which we really hope you can. You've driven so far 165 winners. Great effort. Did you know that? Sorry, that's from yesterday.
I think you've cracked the $750,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
759. Yeah, 759,000 and total drives 1,648. Yeah. So
it's a good strike rate.
Really good. Yeah.
What about tonight, closer to home? Can you cause an upset with Laylas Princess?
Look, I think it's certainly winnable. I'm not going to say that that the favourite is just a moral. Have to sort of be a little bit strategic about it. It sort of struggles a bit around the bends. Whereas Layla, she's just a little pocket rocket. She just goes when you tell her to. She steers nice and stuff like that. So just sort of got to try and drive the race to beat it, really.
Yeah.
Cavallero's horse. So yeah, I think it's a possibility. I'm not super optimistic, but it is certainly.
She went good last week, though. You obviously found the front. Over race probably a little bit, but it didn't really matter. You gave them a real run for their money, and like you said, she was safe and foolproof, and really made the favourite have to really hit the line, didn't you? Because you gave them something to chase.
The
do you
week
think you're
before,
going to?
I got to the front, probably tried to slacken off a little bit much, and then it could come around and burn me off and work its way to the front.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So last week was sort of more going for the just get to the front and run.
And just keep going.
Yeah.
Do you think you can find the lead and cross the one, Miss Bobby's friend?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we'll be leading again.
Really good gate speed this
Yeah,
race.
excellent.
Yeah, for a little horse
And for a from the get go, being a 2-year-old, she just comes out the gate safe and sound. You have to worry about her going rough or anything like that. So I'll be driving her out hard again tonight.
For sure. Honey Bun, obviously, really nice run last week as well. Obviously had to chase them down. Took a lot of work. Came from a fair way back in the field, but it was a really nice run. Hit the line well. Were you happy with the run?
Yeah, really happy. Yeah. Jill said to me when I got back, I gave her a little bit of a heart attack because I went to the pegs. But look, it was always going to be hard to beat. To beat Elegant. It was sort of realistically you're kind of running for second, so I wanted to look after her and make sure that we had a horse for tonight as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she came out and hit the line really well.
Sorry, can I butt in?
Yeah, go for
How
it.
good did Elegant sort of look and feel to you?
Yeah, I knew around the bend. I knew
Yeah.
I was in trouble because I was driving Honey Bun and Danny's just sort of sitting there, just waiting for me.
Yeah.
But, she had plenty left.
You've also got Heston Blue Streak for Jill again. Same, was a nice run last week. Again, in a really good field, but you've got to be in it to win it. Going well. It's a horse that can probably put itself into the placings, do you think?
Yeah, he's probably not up to the two of Finisses or Jules Lincoln and Cobble. He's a nice horse. He's doing a really good job, but he's probably not quite in their league. But yeah, like you said, he put in another good run last week. He was certainly. He's consistent, so he won't be too far away.
And then you've got the trot last, of course, the baby trotters, the 2-year-old trotters, just the one star for Misfortune. It's for Jill again. So what are your thoughts on that? Obviously, she's got the standout couple in there as well. So
yeah, we're just trotting.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah. I drove it at the trials a couple of weeks ago, and it made it all the way around trotting. Did everything right. Last week, there's baby trotters for you.
Last week, that's all they had to do, wasn't it? They had to trot. So
we'll just be trying to trot this time.
Didn't Jill have a 100-1 winner earlier in the year on a feature night? So
yes.
Lightning could strike twice.
Yes, that's in tonight again, Honolulu
Yes.
in race 3. So yeah, it can happen. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, Sam,
Very good.
thank you for joining us. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you can drive your first Southern Cross final winner. Let's hope. Stranger things have happened. We had a couple of roughies last year. These horses are not in it. Laylas Princess, obviously, probably your best hope for the night. But more importantly, for your trip to the Junior Drivers' Championships, have fun. Thanks for wearing the colours. These are the SA colours, everyone. You can see these on screen. She's sweating, but we really appreciate her putting them on show. But yeah, good luck. Bring it home for South Australia and have some fun.
And make sure you get on the return flight. Don't get poached out of.
Oh, the return
Victoria
flight's 6:30 Sunday morning. So
of course, straight to the trials. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Good luck. We'll just go to a quick break while we let Sam get to her driving commitments, and we're
Your lead is you'd think it'll make it a bit more competitive. And from the other heat, Honolulu just beat God's Gift and Luna Rocks. There was 3 across the track there. There wasn't much between all of them, but their heat was much slower time-wise. So the favourite, Sunshine and Rainbows. The mobile's rounding the bend and we're just about set to go. A little bit back at the start was Luna Rocks, who blew it in the early part of the score up, but she'll be okay. She'll go to position 3, all right. Expect speed from number 2, Laylas Princess. Luna Rocks showed gate speed last week as well. Set. Away. Has to tickle up Layla's Princess, but she'll get across. Luna Rocks comes across with her. Sunshine and Rainbows is 3 wide as God's Gift pushes through from the second row. And he's going to restrain the favourite and go back closer to the tail end of the field rather than push on and go up outside this leader. Behind the leader is Miss Poppy's Friend. Then in turn, and the 1 out, 1 back was God's Gift. Lead time was 12.6. 3 back the inside as they go down the back straight was Martia. A margin of around about 8 metres then to Honolulu Lulu. On the inside of it, it was Global Gem. Here comes the favourite now, starting to stretch out strongly, Sunshine at Rainbows, and Girardi's trying to get up outside the leader before the bend comes up, but it's not going to happen. And she went roughly, she galloped. Favourite galloped for a stride or two, because coming out from the 1-1 was God's Gift and impeded her progress. And now the favourite goes back to last placing, and Always Steamed Up is just in front of her. So God's Gift went back into the 1-1 there after checking the favourite. So favourite punters have reached for the rosary bead somewhat, and Laylas Princess is out in front, leads away by 4 metres. In second placing on the outside, Luna Rocks. On the inside, Miss Poppy's Friend. Going back into the 1-1 was God's Gift. On the inside, Martia. Behind those, Honolulu Lulu. Back on the inside of those was Global Gem. Then we've got All Steamed Up, and the favourite Sunshine and Rainbow. She's back in last placing, but it wasn't necessarily her fault. 30.3 the second section, identical to the first. 60.6. Sam's going to let Laylas Princess slide down the back, out in front by 5 metres. Sticking to her back was Miss Poppy's Friend. Now God's Gift leaves the 1-1 to come 3 wide again and making some progress. Honolulu Lulu's trying to follow it through. On the inside was Martia. Dropping out was Luna Rocks. Kicking away Layla's Princess. She's out in front. 29 for the third quarter. She leads away by 7 metres. Miss Poppy's Friend in second placing. She has been known to carve up the leader. Sam's working on a Layla's Princess. She can tippy-toe, but she's got 8 metres on Miss Poppy's Friend, who's trying hard. Layla's Princess in front. Layla's Princess is going to lead all of the way. Layla's Princess goes on to win and does it by 10 metres. Miss Poppy's Friend second. God's Gift was third. Behind those in fourth placing, Honolulu Lulu. Then we had Always Steamed Up. A margin then to Luna Rocks. Following those through was Martia. The favourite, Sunshine and Rainbow, she beat one home, and racing on her outside was Global Gem.